Alright guys, so we are here for the penultimate episode of Kingdom Hearts 2. That's what they always call, like, the episode before the final episode of, like, a TV series or something. The penultimate episode. Today, I want to go through the journal real fast. So we've completed everything, obviously, except for defeating the Lingering Will. And, we just gotta talk to the Moogle. We'll do that at the end today. I do want to go over the Ansem reports, though. Read all these. We went through these in Kingdom Hearts 1, and I think it would be good to go through these right now here in Kingdom Hearts 2. So I should say, okay, so in Kingdom Hearts 1, remember they were called Ansem reports, but it was revealed to have been written not by Ansem himself, but it was Xehanort while he was doing his research using Ansem's name. So Xehanort is the one who wrote all of the Ansem reports in Kingdom Hearts 1. But the secret Ansem reports we have here, these were written by Ansem the Wise, or Diz, which I think Diz's name stands for Darkness in Zero. Diz wrote all these Ansem reports, and I believe they span from before Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep to just before, Ansem slash Diz, shoots Kingdom Hearts with that data laser or whatever. Alright, so let's start here. Okay, so remember, Ansem was the ruler of Hollow Bastion slash Radiant Garden. We never really heard the name Radiant Garden until we finished off the Space Paranoids. I know Ansem was a researcher, and he had quite a bit of apprentices as he go ahead, like he's, researching in the pursuit of ultimate knowledge. Okay, see, here we go. One of my own apprentices, Xehanort, has volunteered. In Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, we see more of, who Xehanort is and where he came from. Yes, Death's Door some years ago. That is a very important plot point for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Okay, interesting. Remarkable intellectual curiosity and readily absorbed my teachings. So Xehanort was very intelligent beyond his years, but he did have a little immaturity to him. I don't understand why even is capitalized right there. That's got to be a mistake, right? My apprentice, Even, has also shown great interest. Oh, Evan! Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, boy. Okay. Even, that is Vexen, obviously, because just look at the name. Toss an X to Even right there, or Evan. Why am I calling it Even when it's obviously supposed to be Evan? You put an X on Evan, and that creates Vexen. So, you could see that Ansem's apprentices are connected, too. Oh, perhaps Xehanort is superhuman! Well, his Heartless, the character we defeated in Kingdom Hearts 1, who's called Ansem, the final boss, usually from this point on, he's referred to as Xehanort's Heartless. Whenever they say Xehanort's Heartless, they're referring to the final boss of Kingdom Hearts 1. Okay, and then, I believe, Ienzo or whatever there, that's Zexion, right? Yes, that is the guy with the book. Yep, his apprentices slowly began to do some fucked up shit. It's like, yo, Ansem, you might want to, get your boys in check here. They're doing some really dirty, nasty things. Okay, so this huge underground laboratory and stuff, we saw a good deal of this when we were in, at the time it was Hollow Bastion, when we saw it was Xemnas who went down that huge staircase down into that room at the bottom. Yeah, Xehanort. Turns out he had a really bad effect on a lot of these homeboys here. Now, it is through Xehanort's and the other apprentices' experiments, they actually are the ones who created the Heartless. Okay, and then here's where things get interesting. Okay, a visitor from another world, who is King Mickey, came. Remember, we saw a cutscene of that when King Mickey was talking with Ansem. And of course, Ansem had to have that sea salt ice cream for no reason at all. And we saw a young Xehanort there as well. Oh, and Mickey's like, hey, by the way, I'm pretty sure really fucked up shit's going on here. You might want to, check this shit out a little closer. Yes, the Ansem reports. Those are what we read in Kingdom Hearts 1. Numbers 1 through 8 himself. How's about that? Xehanort, you naughty, naughty boy. Alright, so let's see what continues to happen. Yep, okay, so Xehanort became obsessed with darkness, with finding Kingdom Hearts, finding the Dark Door. So much bullshit. Yeah, if a world is a being, the heart it must hold is class. See, this is interesting because I'm going to be doing Final Fantasy VII soon. And, the world as a living entity is a very, crucial plot element to Final Fantasy VII. So, interesting that, Kingdom Hearts here has got a lot to do with that as well. Oh, the darkness at its core must be monstrous! Ah! Okay, so all of his apprentices have been tainted by the dark. Okay, all these guys. All of them, all members of Organization 13, you add an X to all their names and they become different members of Organization 13. Like, see, we have Lexius there, Zigbar, Zexion. Who's Dylan? That's Zaldin? Yeah, Zaldin. So, Zaldin, Lexius, Zigbar, and Zexion. Several of the members of Organization 13 came from other places. They're not all just apprentices of Ansem. Like Axel, Syax, Marluxia. A lot of them come from other places. Okay, and see, here's where this is important. They took Ansem and, they just somehow threw him into, a realm of darkness. Clearly, this must be, that pathway. Remember when Sora, Donald, and Goofy were in, that completely pitch black area? And Riku showed up and gave them the ice cream bar and the picture. I believe that's where Xehanort and the other apprentices sent Ansem, the realm of darkness. Alright, so here we go. I shall henceforth walk with darkness as a friend. So Ansem, his very high intelligence level helps him out here a lot. Yep, here we go. Darkness in Zero, that becomes his alias, Diz. And that's why the I is lowercase, but the D and the Z are capital, in case you guys have ever noticed that. That when Diz's name is said in the subtitles, it's capital D, lowercase I, capital Z. Yeah, there it is right there. And going in search of Revenga! Alright, Diz. Whatever you say, boy. Okay, so this begins to explain a lot of the, attitude and actions that Diz was displaying towards nobodies in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2 here. Because he was so angry at his apprentices for what they did to him, when he saw that several, like the leaders of the nobodies were his apprentices, essentially, his hatred carried over to the nobodies. Alright, so yeah, so he's like, it is up to I must stop these motherfuckers. Alright, so he says the Heartless must be the key. Okay, where are they going? That is revealed to be the world, the end of the world, where like all the worlds are, like all the hearts that they've stolen, and where Kingdom Hearts is being formed. Okay, so see, this is interesting. So this is where we begin to get into exactly, what the nobodies and the Heartless are. Okay, so the heart goes off into the darkness, and I believe he's saying that the soul becomes the Heartless, and the body becomes the nobody. Okay, so Ansem, these are pretty interesting here. Yeah, so I believe Ansem was trapped in the Dark Realm for quite a while. Yeah, okay, and see, here's where we're going to start getting into that laboratory. Remember, the laboratory churning out the cursed shadows and stuff. We saw some of that in Kingdom Hearts 1, and we also saw a little of that where the MCP was creating those Heartless. Yeah, artificial... Okay, so it's really difficult. The pure blood Heartless those are like the shadows and the Neo shadows. And I believe Darkseid is also a pureblood Heartless. But any like sort of like Heartless that has like an interesting design, like, you know, the Centaur Heartless from the Land of Dragons, you know, the Bandit Heartless from Kingdom Hearts 1 and Agrabah, all of them, they are all Emblem Heartless who are synthetic and were created by Xehanort and the Apprentices. Okay, see, here you go. An even stronger Heartless was giving the orders. This is where Xehanort, like, willingly gives himself over to the darkness. And that's what creates his Heartless, who's the boss of Kingdom Hearts 1. And it also creates Xemnas, who we obviously know is the boss here in Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay, so Xehanort creating the Heartless is going to help him, you know, find Hearts of Worlds and do all this all crazy bullshit. Okay, so see, here is where Ansem begins to figure out, like, how to control the darkness and how to kind of be a being of darkness. This is where he's able to create the paths of darkness to where he can travel at will, you know, through the corridors of darkness and stuff. Riku was using this power a lot. A lot of the organization members were also using this power. Yes, so using the Corridor of Darkness, Ansem was able to escape the realm of darkness that he was stuck in. Yep, and here we go. Xehanort is now Heartless, and he was still using the name Ansem, and that's the one that eventually took control of Riku, member in Hollow Bastion. Yes, the other 5 are mysteriously gone. Where have they gone to? Alright, and here is where Ansem first talks about a nobody. See, this is interesting for Riku, because remember, Riku is making use of the Corridors of Darkness quite a bit, and Ansem's talking about how darkness erodes the heart here. Okay, and Diz does indeed make his base in the old mansion in Twilight Town. That is basically his base of operations. I mean, obviously, since his computer and all his shit was down there. Okay, and then while Diz slash Ansem is doing this research here, he begins to mention the king, and then a hero wielding the Keyblade, that obviously refers to Sora. And, you know, while they were battling in Kingdom Hearts 1, a new threat approaches, which obviously is the Nobodies and Organization 13. Alright, so most people would become, you know, one of the various nobodies we fought, such as the Dusks, the Berserkers, those dancers, you know, a lot of those. But if the person is really, really powerful, they would keep that form, you know, like a lot of the the members of Organization 13. Okay, here we go. So now's where shit starts getting real. So Organization 13 has divided into two. This, of course, is going to be the events of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, where several of them go over to Castle Oblivion. Now, what they're doing, really, is they're searching for something in Castle Oblivion. That they never do find, by the way. Alright, and here we go. Ansem finally, like, realizes that, Sora had defeated Xehanort. Or Xehanort's Heartless, I should say. Yeah, Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. That's the other name. Like, usually the final boss of Kingdom Hearts 1 will go by one of two names. Mostly it's Xehanort's Heartless, but sometimes you do see that Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. Yeah, and Mickey is just so strong. Goes into the realm of darkness, helps Sora seal the door. Just a true G is what Mickey Mouse is. Alright, but even though Xehanort's Heartless is defeated, yeah, obviously Organization 13 was still active at this point, and there's still just a lot of shit going on. Yep, here we go. We're getting into it now. Castle Oblivion. And yep, this is where Sora and Riku go through the events of Chain of Memories. Okay, so Naminé, her abilities are not as all powerful as people are led to believe. What it is Naminé holds power over like memories of Kairi and Sora. Like she can't just erase like Squall's memories of, you know, Cloud or something. It's just Naminé, because of the strange way she was created. Remember when Kairi's heart was locked in Sora's, and Sora, you know, took the Keyblade of Darkness and turned himself into a Heartless intentionally to get Kairi's heart back. So that action created Naminé and Roxas, and both of them were abnormal nobodies, especially Naminé. And now Sora has arrived. All the players are coming together. Oh, Ansem. Yeah, see, this is what I was just explaining. So Ansem, he is just really, like, so smart, and he's able to deduce and figure out all this shit. Yeah, because she was one of the princesses of heart, she had no darkness in her heart or some shit like that. Yeah, so see, this is what Kairi's heart, when it left her, it did not return to the darkness. It went into Sora's heart. She is a non-being in the truest sense of the word. Very harsh, Ansem. Okay, so now we're gonna start learning about what took place between Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and here in Kingdom Hearts 2. A lot of stuff that happened in 358 and a half days, and like why Diz moved Sora around and stuff. Alright, so yeah, they moved Sora to Twilight Town. And remember, that's where he wakes up earlier in Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah, so Naminé is kind of a combination of Kairi and Sora. See, like, Naminé and Roxas needed to, you know, like, properly fuse back with Sora and Kairi for them to become complete again. And this also explains why when Sora removes his own heart, we're still able to control him when he becomes a Heartless, is because he willingly released his own heart. And yeah, this is why Xehanort's Heartless continued to have a mind of its own as well. Riku! Yeah, so remember, Diz sort of interacts with King Mickey and Riku at the end of Chain of Memories. Then it is heavily implied that Riku and Mickey both go on their own way away from Ansem/Diz. But eventually, Riku is still bothered by the fact that Xehanort's Heartless still kind of has a place in his heart, and so he separates from King Mickey. Yeah, and see, it was Diz did make a mistake. He should have revealed who he was to King Mickey at Castle Oblivion. That probably would have helped matters quite a bit. Okay, so they went to the Realm of Darkness through Traverse Town. Really interesting. Remember, Traverse Town was essentially the hub world in Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 2 doesn't really have one, because I'm not so sure Twilight Town counts. Remember, Traverse Town was where all the shops and stuff were, so you always had to go back there. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, there's not really a hub world. I would almost say the closest thing to that would be Hollow Bastion/Radiant Garden, more so than Twilight Town. Ah, the remnants of worlds whose hearts have been stolen. Interesting. And that would explain why when the Destiny Islands is destroyed, that's where Sora first wakes up. And that's why King Mickey sends Goofy and Donald to begin their search for the Keyblade Bearer at Traverse Town. Very, very intelligent by Mickey to make that decision. Yep. Now Ansem's confirming that. So, Mickey followed one of the members of Organization 13 to Castle Oblivion. Okay. Okay, so because the process of restoring Sora's memories takes too long, this is where Diz sends Riku to go defeat Roxas and bring Roxas to Diz. And the reason Sora is so important to Diz/Ansem is because he wants Sora to destroy Organization 13 and fulfill his revenge. Yeah, and Roxas is a special nobody, just like Naminé. Well, it's revealed that one reason Sora's memories are so slow to return is because Xion basically is created by Vexen and Xemnas, and she begins absorbing Sora's memories. And Xion, she kind of begins like absorbing both Roxas and Sora. And basically between the three of them, it eventually was going to turn out that there could only be one. there could only be one. And that's why, like, Xion figured this out and eventually sacrificed herself, letting Roxas defeat her. Yeah, it's so interesting to me that they always refer to Riku having lost to Roxas there. Even though, really, when we see most of the fight, Riku does appear to have the upper hand almost, like, exclusively. Roxas gets one blow on Riku, and everyone's like, oh, Riku was defeated. Even Riku himself was like, I lost. It's like, yo, you took one blow, okay? You're fine. So Diz here creates the plan to create the digital Twilight Town, and then that's where he puts Roxas, and then that's where the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2 takes place, when we are controlling Roxas. And obviously the organization's scheme, Xemnas wants to create Kingdom Hearts. The most colossal heart with all the colossal darkness. The fool! Ah. How did Xehanort open the door to darkness? Yes, a very interesting question, Ansem. Yep, Sora, Kairi, and Riku, they're just really fucking strong. Yeah, and see, from this point on, they really make it a point to let everyone know that because Riku came so close to falling to the darkness, that really made him, like, even stronger. And, like, because he, like, was kind of, like, he resisted the darkness, he also was using the darkness, he can use the light, like, they really get more into that in Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, how Riku basically is, you know, mastering his own heart with the darkness and the light. Oh, look at this. He really does want the best for them, though. My fervent hope that he'll be able to return with Sora to his island. Oh, Ansem. Dear King, my friend. Well, at least... Okay, how I wish I could have chatted with you again. At least Ansem does indeed get to chat with Mickey again before the final battle. Remember, here in the world that never was. Okay, so that's all of the Ansem reports. Wow, that actually took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna, but whatever. That's a good synopsis of a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Okay, so now let me hand in all these materials to the Moogle. So with all of these, we now should have enough to buy... Well, hold on, let me... I'm just gonna buy one of all these. We now have all of the necessary materials to create everything in the game. And all of the stones, gems, shards here. Not the bright or... What do you call... the serenity, the energy, none of those, but all of the other ones, like here, like lucid, lightning, dusk, twilight. If you get enough of that item, the Moogle will, you know, start selling it at the shop, and then we can buy it. In order to complete Jiminy's journal, I did have to get, you know, enough of all these, which we have done now. And let me grab one more just for good luck, and we'll blam. Okay. Here you go, Mr. Moogle. Bam. Okay. So let us create... is it just... Yeah, all we've got to create is the Centurion Plus. So let's go ahead and do that. Sure, Energy Crystal, why not? Nah, we'll just create it, whatever. Oh, wait, fuck, I need... Oh, god damn it. Oh, I just... Fuck, that's right, I had to create that Serenity Crystal. Fuck! Fuck! Wait, we are able to create a Serenity Crystal, right? Let's see. Okay, I need to go grab 2 Remembrance Crystals. Wow, what a ridiculously unclutch move that was by me. Oh, wow, that was bad. Okay, but I had enough materials, but I completely just fucked up. So, here in the synthesis notes, see the complete collection list. That's what we just finished. I'm just gonna BRB real quick. This will only take me a couple minutes. I'm just gonna go get 2 Remembrance Crystals, and we'll be back to create that last item and finish this episode, which became a little longer than I thought it was gonna be. We'll finish this one off. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete the dumbass Moogle shit then. First, we want to make a Serenity Crystal. So let's go ahead and do that. Wablamo. And now let's go ahead and make that Centurion Plus. Let's see. We want... Oh, yeah. I need to back out. And then we gotta give the Moogle that Serenity Crystal. And now let's go ahead and make the Centurion Plus. Wablam! That is all of it created. Now, real quick... hold on. I believe I want to make another Full Bloom Plus for Sora. That could help us out quite a bit. I'll do that on screen now for next time when we fight the Lingering Will. Okay, Full Bloom Plus is the one I want, right? Or is it the Shadow Archive? Yes, I want another Full Bloom Plus. Yes, for that better MP Hastiga or whatever. That, whatever the thing is, it reminds me so much of, like, the lion symbol all throughout, like, Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, so we can make one of those. So let's see, Full Bloom. And we want a... Damn it, I need another Serenity Crystal. Fucking shit. Serenity Crystal is such a pain. We'll be okay without it. Okay, so let's check the journal then. And yes, now the synthesis notes are completely done. Yeah, here's all the minigame shit. Aha, there it is, Craftsman. All the Moogle stuff, all done. All donezo. Okay, so literally, we only have one single thing to do in the entire game. Only one, and that is to go to Disney Castle, and we need to say hello to a very, very special friend.